All right, it is a Wednesday night. You guys know what that means. I don't know if my mic is loud enough, so I'm just going to crank it up. If I blow out your ears, I apologize. But welcome to DynaMic'd up here at bodyslam.net. It is Jose Gonzalez. It is the bearded one, JPJ, to my right. Well, I guess technically my left if we're doing it this way. But regardless, AEW Dynamite, it has come. It has gone. We have a lot to talk about. But just off the rip, JPJ, quick thoughts on the show tonight.
I thought there was a lot of great stuff, and then I thought there was a lot of stuff that I wouldn't say it was bad stuff, but I thought there was some stuff that did not hit as good as some of the good to great stuff on the show. I thought, up and down maybe. I know we were talking off here. That's what you said. You said up and down. I agree. I think it was really, really great stuff, and then some stuff that was like,
Yeah, I feel like the word to describe this episode of Dynamite is volatile. Just with, the way that the card was structured, the way that like certain things kind of evoked certain reactions or didn't evoke certain reactions, it definitely felt kind of volatile. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It just means that there was differences. But alas, I mean, I do like the fact that we started out pretty much going straight into action. We had a little bit of a video package highlighting the world title match, which we all thought was going to main event, but we find out it doesn't. But
yeah, very odd.
We do start out the show with some tag title eliminator match, quarterfinals action. It's the Outrunners going against the Young Bucks, who do not get an entrance.
I was going to say talent name. Don't you mean talent name?
They weren't even called the Young Bucks by Justin Roberts, just Nick and Matt Jackson.
Yeah, just Nick and Matt Jackson. Yeah.
So, I mean, I love the fact that they're getting taken down a few pegs and everything, too. I mean, we kind of mentioned, like, they'll probably enter the tournament just to see what happens.
Yeah.
I will say definitely thought they were going to be eliminated in the first round, but that did not happen tonight. What we ended up getting was actually a pretty solid opening match. The Outrunners, I don't get to see much of just because I don't keep up with Collision like a lot of people do. And also, I really just don't like the fact that they have Newport gear. I mean,
I actually, that kind of makes me laugh.
I mean, of all things, why a pack of smokes?
Newport cigarettes. That's I can't help but see the carton of Newport. I used to work at a grocery store when I was younger too, and people would come in and buy cigarettes all the time. And the Newports, it's just Yeah,
I will say at least they went for a top shelf cigarette, the menthol.
Oh yeah, the Newports were not cheap. They were not cheap.
Nope. They probably got the hundreds. They got them in the box, because it matters if you get the soft pack, believe it or not. I've been scolded many times in my youth about the smokes, but nonetheless, I thought it was a fun match to open the show. I mean, eventually you do see the Bucks kind of overcome the odds and everything too. They're ended up distracting. It looked like Truth Magnum got held up in the ring post, and then it led to Turbo Floyd eating a TK driver for the win. Although it's the post-match, I think that made it a little bit more interesting because out comes the unified champion, Kazuchika Okada. He's celebrating with the Bucks. Turns out they're still on good terms. So 3-on-2 attack on the Outrunners, and then whose house hits? It's Prince Nana dancing at Swerve Strickland. They beeline to the ring. Swerve evens the odds, and then it's really funny because even before he gets in the ring, it's the fact that Okada's shooting daggers at him, and then it allows the Outrunners to take out the Bucks, and that it gives them the 3-on-1 on Okada. Looks like they're going to hit a house call on him, and eventually the Bucks pull Okada out of the ring, but it doesn't last very long because Swerve hits the Swerve Stomp on all three men on the outside, and the crowd is happy after that segment. But I thought a fun way to open the show. What say you, JPJ?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. I would have liked the upset. I would have liked the Outrunners to beat the Bucks. Obviously, I understand why the Bucks would win. The Young Bucks are so good. They're just so good. They have matches like, they just make everything work. They're really leaning into this angle, just being pissed off that everyone's treating them like crap. And it's just really good. I thought it would have gone further into it if a team like the Outrunners would have beat them. Like, I think that would have further spiraled them into this bum ass kind of thing that we're seeing with them. So I would have liked the upset, but it was a fun match. And then, the after stuff, I'm just ready for Swerve and Okada. Like, I want to see that match like now. Once they teased it a few weeks ago, I was like, oh man, I didn't even think about that matchup. And now it's all I want. So like, I love what they're doing there. I'm just really itching to see that match.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious to see how everything's going to play out with that too, just because it seems like it's something that we've been talking about for a few weeks now, where we don't know exactly how the Unified Championship's going to be held in regards to like the hierarchy of the championships in AEW, just because it hasn't been defended on its own yet, and now we know moving forward it's going to be defended under those Continental title rules. So really, like, if anybody tries to interfere, they're going to get fired. Would have been nice to have that in a different match tonight, but you know what? That is neither here nor there, because we'll get to it eventually. But speaking of things we get to Renee Paquette in the back. She's talking with Mark Briscoe, trying to, talk about the fact that MJF has been so personal with everything, bringing up Jay multiple times. And before he could even say anything, in comes Ricochet, flanked by GOA, basically saying, don't worry about MJF. But I mean, if you do end up worrying about him, all you got to do is worry about the pile of your own blood that you're going to be left in like you were at Revolution. To which Mark says, I'm a different animal. I'm on a warpath. And I'll whoop your ass, but it's only going to be a fraction of what I'm going to do to MJF. And then before he could even call out MJF further, you should say, nothing you say matters, and I'll see you later, loser. So,
I'm digging Mark Briscoe being a little bit more serious.
It's not even just a little bit more serious. It's just him being allowed to be angry. Yeah.
It's like he still has the funniness in him, but when he's like, nah, man, you're dealing with something different. I'm in a different mode right now. Mm-hmm. I'm really digging it. They've kind of made Mark Briscoe over these last 2 to 3 weeks here, basically since the MJF stuff started, but really these last 2 or 3 weeks, they've kind of really upped his game a little bit, and they've kind of made him a focal point of these shows, and I think it's working.
Oh, I agree, and we'll get to that later too, because we find out like he's just main eventing Dynamite on a regular basis now, which he's living up to the billing. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's about time that we just have a babyface that's allowed to get pissed off and like let emotions get to them and let that be the thing that drives them forward instead of trying to be the stereotypical good guy. Like it's one thing to like always try to do the right thing, but it's another when people go solo. They make it so personal. They go into the depths of hell to try to get under your skin. And they don't realize that everybody has a breaking point. So
I agree.
I'm looking forward to what this breaking point's going to be. And on the topic of things breaking, it is MJF backstage. It looks like we're getting a status update with him and the Hurt Syndicate. He's outside of that dressing room trying to meet with them. Shelton instead comes out. He does MJF. He apologizes for how awkward things were with Bobby last week, and he just wants to strategize with him and with Montel. Shelton mentions that MVP's in there because, quite frankly, he's disgusted with MJF. And as far as Bobby goes, he's asking like if he has the time. And funny use of that, MJF saying, well, I gave you a watch. Like, yeah, you did give me this watch. It's the nicest watch I ever saw off of Temu. So really loving the fact that like they've known that MJF has been shiesty for so long. He's saying that showed generosity. We've been on to you the whole time. So I'd advise you and your cheap ass watch to get out of here before you end up in a pool of your own piss. As far as the Hurt Syndicate goes, you're out.
Yeah. This was good. Shelton doesn't get these type of moments all the time.
No, he's so fucking good at talking too. You forget about it.
It's true. So he doesn't get all these moments where he gets to cut promos or do things like this. I thought he was really good. I like the tie-in because the watch was a big deal. The watch is what swayed Shelton to give him the thumbs up. So I love the fact that MJF gives him his fancy watch. They give him the thumbs up, and they knew the whole time that it was a cheap piece of shit. And they were like, we know what he's up to. Let's just string him along and let him think he's in. And then, so I like that. And then commentary right after, though, made it seem like even though now Shelton gave him the thumbs down, it's not official yet until MVP gives him that's what it felt like to me.
They did kind of go back on that, but I think he's done.
I agree. No, I think it's over with. But just right afterwards, they still, I think Excalibur said something like, things are definitely not looking. So it just made it feel like we're waiting for MVP to give the final. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think it's just a dumb line regardless. I don't think it had to be stated. Yeah. But I will say it is kind of crazy looking at the rundown because we have promo segment after promo segment after promo segment.
They were a lot of
after promo segment. Jeez, I didn't realize we had 4 back to back to back to back.
Yeah, well, look at the match. There weren't a ton of matches on this show because
no, there weren't.
The world title match went a while, as it should have. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this was a very promo heavy show. Very promo heavy show.
Some were better than others.
Stories. Yeah, I think we're going to talk about one that did not hit well to me.
I mean, there's many things in this segment that didn't hit well if we want to go there, but we do have Tony Schiavone in the ring, and he invites out for the first time since All In Texas, Christian Cage, the Patriarch. He does make his way into the ring, and immediately what I do like is the fact that he treats it like an AA. He's like, my name is Christian Cage, and I'm an asshole.
I like the way it started. I was like, oh, all right, this could be fun, because we know Christian can cut great promos. So I was like, oh, this could be fun, and then it just kind of went long and went,
Now, my thing is, he stops himself so many times during this promo. He's like, I'm trying to conduct business here. It's like, is he talking to somebody off camera, or is he like fucking up the promo and he's trying to like play it? I don't.
That's what it felt like to me at first. Like he was stuttering on his words, like he was losing his place. And so
he definitely was. But I'm like, them bringing it up, it's like, is this a bit or what the fuck is going on? Yeah,
it was very bizarre. It was very bizarre. And I was just like, all right. And like what he was talking about made sense to the story and stuff, but it just went super long. And it just felt like, it dragged, and he was just kind of going a little bit of everywhere with it. And he was messing up his lines. And then, it was just, it was weird.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that gets me is just, he is supposed to be on this redemption arc. Go find yourself. It seems like, is he going to maybe turn face a little bit, especially after his own quote-unquote sons attacked him, even though they were kind of justified? No, he doubles down. So it's basically just saying, like, and he's the type of asshole that's numb to the world. He doesn't care who's in his way or who's hurt. He was obsessed with winning the world championship. He walked into Revolution ready to fulfill that destiny. After he hit the spear, he had a glimpse of his past, and that's when he became an asshole with feelings. And it cost him. It always got louder, and the calls out. And then he does call out Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne for standing up to him and questioning, but they didn't earn the right to do so. When it comes to business, he spent more on. See, I'm pulling a Christian Cage. When it comes to this business, he said he spent more on rental cars than they've ever made in their careers, which, I mean, I don't doubt when you have that many years on somebody. But he says he didn't stick to the plan because he didn't think that they were competent enough to execute it. He asked all three of them, Shayna included, what they know about taking risks because they were riding his coattails and off the enemies that he made for the stuff he said and did. And then on to Adam Copeland. He thought about what he said it all in and the things that Christian said he'd do to him. The question he has is, were the things he said really that bad? Because he's talking about like the stuff that he was going to do in front of his daughters with Beth and everything, like definitely playing into that. And he's saying are you going to act like you don't know the game within the game about being an opportunist to get to the top? Because he mentions you lay your head pretty nicely on that Alaskan king bed and everything too. Maybe he did or didn't find himself, but he says that him and Copeland are so different, yet somehow they're the same. The Patriarch compares him leaving him laying it all in, saying they didn't need him anymore. He was past his expiration date. He admits to Shayna that he did have a hard time getting up that night, which was clever. He's gotten himself into some deep holes, not as gaping as hers. But he always claws his way out. The words came from his actions in his past. Yes, Nick, what happens when it's actually time to fight? He always shows up for the things he says and he does. He does admit that Nick is more talented than him. He's a prodigy and he tried to protect him, but he has the audacity to call himself the new face of AEW now and forever. He has every tool to do so, but he has to go through Christian Cage to do it. Nick already has one dead father and another that's just dead to him as he announces he disowns Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne. Whoop-de-doo. Walks up the ramp. Shayna Wayne is there trying to get some verbal jabs back at him. Looks like Kip's going to attack him. Christian ducks it and instead gets hit in the head with the ROH World TV title by Nick Wayne, which leads to, I don't know how to describe. It ended up being a concerto.
But, it was like a standing concerto, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that convincing. Because I think Christian oversold it. He was convulsing, but it didn't look like it really connected. It kind of looked like a baby's first Eiffel Tower, if we could say that and not get booted off the air.
I do. Yeah, I mean, I'm still interested in this story. Like, I'm cool with. I just thought this didn't really work for me. I didn't mind the attack on the stage
I don't mind that either, but it feels like they're going to end up retconning this whole fucking promo.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this one felt like it was just off from the jump, and it felt like Christian felt like it was off too, like in the ring. It was just, yeah. I think we just kind of get past tonight and just kind of move forward, and we don't look back at this one. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen my fair share of clunky promos in AEW. I mean, the one that immediately came to mind was Marina Shafir with that Albany, you know me, Albany, you don't know me. I mean, this one's up there with it.
Yeah, it was just weird. We know, again, Christian cuts great promos, so I don't know if I don't know what was going on there, but it just wasn't up to the usual standard that we see from Christian.
Yeah, and the crowd really wasn't even on his ass that much either. Like,
no,
it was just...
I think it's the respect that we have that people have for Christian. Like, I think, and the crowd was. When he would interrupt himself or stop himself and say, "I'm conducting business," I thought maybe one or two guys in the crowd were saying something, and he hurt. But I don't know. It's very weird. I felt like the crowd took it easy on him for how sluggish this was.
A Chicago crowd, no less.
Yeah. It's very bizarre.
I mean, stranger things have happened. And then immediately after the break, we go back to FTR and Stokely backstage saying that they are one step closer to the World Tag Titles after last week's match, but they have some messages for the people that work in this company. Adam Copeland banned from the building tonight. If he had it his way, he would also be banned tomorrow in Collision, which feels like subtle foreshadowing that Adam Copeland's going to be on Collision tomorrow because they moved it to Thursday instead of Saturday because of a little ditty called SummerSlam. But
yep. Yes, sure did.
Yeah, that's not on our agenda tonight, but what is on the agenda is the fact that they said that Hurt Syndicate committed an act of cowardice trying to come for them as well. And tomorrow, FTR faces the Bang Bang Gang, so this being Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson filling in for the injured Colton Gunn. So some form of the Bang Bang Gang is in the tag tournament, which I appreciate. They're good, but they're not FTR, and that is where the Young Bucks walk in. And, they extend the olive branch. It looks like a truce. FTR says they're happy to see that they won, and they hope to see them in the finals. And then Stokely, after Cash and Dax leave, he's like, you guys aren't the bosses anymore, right? They confirm it. It looks like he's trying to make them flinch. And then
making them flinch.
And he just hobbles away on his crutch.
Yeah, he drops his crutch. He has to pick up his crutch and hobble away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, is that where we're going now that the Young Bucks got past? Now are we getting another FTR Young Bucks here, or is something gonna happen?
I think they're on the same side of the bracket, though, aren't they?
No, they're on opposite sides. FTR is on this side, and the Young Bucks. So, are we getting FTR and the Young Bucks one more time in the finals of this tournament, or do you think Copeland screws FTR to my? What do we think happens?
I'm trying to think of how they would do it because the whole stupid stipulation of if he touches them, he's fired.
Exactly.
Which is still bullshit because no one's technically enforced it on television. However, I mean, I don't know. I think let me see if I can find the bracket that they posted earlier.
The Young Bucks are gonna. The Young Bucks. It's Brodito. Band. Yeah.
Brodito. Oh yeah, it's Brody King and Bandito versus AOG. Or no,
which
GOA,
I would expect.
So.
I would expect Brody King and Bandito to win that one. So it'll be the Bucks versus them, and it's FTR versus the Bang Bang Gang tomorrow.
Honestly, I don't think the Bucks are going to win. I think it might be Brodito going all the way to the finals, and then FTR can probably go over there.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, are they for? Yeah, because I don't think we're going to get two heel teams in the Bucks and FTR in the finals. As long as their history is, and for me, I can never get enough matches of those teams playing it. They're great, but it just, I don't know. Yeah.
I think tonight also proved that heel versus heel doesn't necessarily go over the best. So hopefully they nip that in the bud before they have it bleed into anything else. But
agreed.
To everybody's surprise, very early on in the show, we get our all-in rematch for the World Championship with Hangman Adam Page defending the championship against Jon Moxley with key words, everyone banned from ringside.
That was the key word.
Continental rules, but everyone is banned from ringside. You see security guards at each corner of the barricade. But, I mean, all things considered, I was thoroughly entertained with this match.
Oh, it's incredible. I thought this was a very good, very, very good match. I thought it was good. I did like, for the most part, there were no shenanigans for about 85% of it.
Yeah, I will say the shenanigans did kind of piss on it for me, but I mean, the finish does make up for it.
But I loved right away that, they were just giving just forearms to the net. They were just intense from the start. Really, really good. The pile driver on top of the steps.
Yeah, that was sickening to see.
Unbelievable. And then he gave him another one later on the apron, which I don't know if you know this, Jose. It's the hardest part of the ring.
Well, I mean, if it's harder for more than 4 hours, they should probably consult Doc Samson at ringside. But I will say I do like the fact that they mentioned on commentary they only took one break during this match. They're going to stick with it, which I thought added to the fight feel. But I mean, we also had the huge dead eye on the announce table. I mean, Page hit another tombstone in the ring for a near fall. It looked like he was going to go for the Danielson "I'm going to kick your fucking head in" thing, but instead it's a bulldog choke that got transitioned into actually a really nice alligator roll into a front face lock to get away from the rope. So they're really leaning into some of the counter wrestling, which I appreciated. And then as Mox is going for some knees, he gets caught, and then Page turns it into a label lock, which was really nice.
That was cool. That was cool to see.
That pile driver on the apron by Moxley, and then he hits another gotch pile driver in the ring, but again, only two, which is like, okay, we're laying in the heavy lumber tonight, boys. What's going on here? It looks like Mox is trying to get a little bit of a respite on the outside, but nope, moonsault, and then it looks like he's going for a buckshot lariat, and then gets countered, but he is able to hit a dead eye in the ring, though it does catch Paul Turner with Moxley's boots. He goes down, and no sooner than he goes down, Death Riders make their way out.
Yeah, you knew.
The crowd. Security tries to hold back Claudio and Yuta, but Marina sneaks through. She grabs the title belt, slips it to Mox. Mox cracks Adam Page in the head with it, but only two, thank God. And as if it wasn't obvious that everybody's banned from ringside, referee Paul Turner is ejecting the Death Riders from ringside.
Yep.
Which I'm just shocked. Well, actually am a little shocked that, one, they were actually able to make it a ringside, but two, the fact that they actually doubled down on it by having the referee eject them.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
You think there'd be more consequences, but I guess the untraditional consequence, because as they're leaving through the crowd, you look up, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Darby Allin, who descends onto every member of the Death Riders as well as security, evening the odds, which distracts Mox, which I thought was actually pretty cool. And then as all that's happening, we get a buckshot lariat from Adam Page. He tries to go for a dead eye. Mox tries to counter it again. Another buckshot, hits a dead eye one final time, and Hangman retains the title in a really good match. But I'm so shocked that this was not what we closed the show on.
Yeah, I was, when they said next and it was like 9:00, I was like, what? I was like, what's main event in this show then?
Well, the crazy part is I thought something was going to happen in the women's tag match. I didn't even think that Ricochet versus Briscoe was going to be the main event.
Yeah, I was just like, why? How is the world title match not main event in this show? Regardless of that, though, yeah, terrific match. The Darby spot was insane, as you would expect from Darby. I'm excited for him and Mox when they revisit it. It feels like that's what we're going to probably get it All Out, I would guess, potentially. Yeah. Or even Forbidden Door, but my guess would be All Out. I don't know. I liked it all. I thought it was a good first title defense for Hangman. Kind of get Mox again. That's over and done with. On to MJF and what we're doing next here and kind of what's floating around there. I liked it a lot. Obviously, this was a different type of match from what we saw at All In. It was more Death Rider shit is Death Rider shit. That clearly didn't change no matter what stipulation was in this match, but I thought I enjoyed this being just kind of as normal a wrestling match as you're going to get out of Jon Moxley.
Yeah, and people also forget that like all like the hardcore shit be damned that like when it comes to actual wrestling, Moxley can go.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And
he rose to the occasion tonight. I thought it was one of the better matches he's had all year. Like as far as just like the straight up wrestling goes, I put this one ahead of the steel cage match with Samoa Joe. I feel like storytelling wise, definitely, I don't think anything's going to beat All In with that Texas death match, but damn, was this a good one to watch.
Yeah, it was very good. It was excellent.
Yep. And then we come back from the break. It is time for right at 9:30. How apropos. Tony Khan, you ain't slick. We have ourselves a women's tag match. It is the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the Casino Gauntlet winner, Athena, with her minion, Billy Starks going against Alex Windsor and the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm. I quite enjoyed this match.
Very good. This was a fun time. I haven't seen much of Alex Windsor. She was impressive in this match. Yeah. All four of them were.
Oh, absolutely.
But I know Toni Storm, Athena, and Billy Starr. I've seen plenty of them. I haven't seen much of Alex Windsor, and I didn't watch that match with Athena. I have to go back and watch it from Collision last week.
Yeah, I have to go back myself and watch it too, but I heard it was a hooper.
Yeah, I heard it was great. She was very impressive in this match to me. I liked her moveset. I liked the way she looked. I thought they made her look very strong in this match. Yeah, I was I had a great time with this, and I had a great time with how it ended, to be honest with you.
And I also like the fact that, like, the way that her and Toni were working together, like, she played into Toni's strengths of, like, being very character driven. Looked like they're doing a tango, and then it turned out being a double boot in the corner. Yeah. But I mean, Athena and Billy just operate at a level, like, because they've been doing the Minion University thing for 2 years now. Like, they are a well-oiled machine. So many good spots. I think at one point, like, Athena had Alex Windsor, like, across the ropes and everything. Billy does a huge double stomp, which was actually really cool. I don't think I've seen a tag move like that before, but eventually Toni does get that hot tag in. She's going after Billy. She hits the Mongolian chops, which she's definitely trying to get over. It's working. Yep. Long live the Mongolian chops and a Luthez press. I mean, say what you want. I love a Luthez press. So.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I love a Luthez press.
I feel like we haven't seen enough of them lately. So the fact that Toni's
it's a move that has kind of gone away with the times.
Which is crazy because not everything needs to be a lockup. Just jump on him and punch the shit out of him.
Yeah, Luthez press with knuckles. I mean, that's all. That's what it used to be in all the video games when you would create your Luthez press with knuckles, and that's it, man. I've never seen it not work.
Yeah, and then in times where it doesn't work, you do it off the top rope or you do it off the top of a steel cage. Shout out Mickey James.
Sometimes the classics are okay, guys. I understand we have to do crazy stuff, and I enjoy it. But sometimes the classics are the classics for a reason because they're all-time moves, man.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I mean, speaking of it, I mean, we have a released German suplex. She hits the big hip attack on Billy Starks, which Athena does get a blind tag on, unbeknownst to Toni Storm. So she tags Billy in the head. She goes down. She's selling on the outside. It looks like she's going to go for the Storm Zero. But while that's happening, Athena's on the top rope, and she hits Toni with the O-face, pinning her in the middle of the ring.
Liked it.
I'm glad it happened like this. I think it was a good finish, and then Alex was stuck on the outside trying to get back in, and then Billy Starks takes her out at the barricade. It looks like, are they going to do it? Are they not going to do it? But she's like, no, it's only a matter of time, Toni, and my time is forever. Whenever we get this match, whether it's going to be something where she just executes the contract when she's weak, or if we actually like get a proper, this is when it's happening, like call her shot like in advance and actually build up the match. Whenever it happens, if Athena does not win the AEW Women's World Championship, I'm not going to be a happy man. It is so her time. Whether she's still holding on to the Ring of Honor title or not, like, let her hit 1,000 days. After that, I really don't give two shits. She needs to be the AEW Women's World Champion before the end of 2025.
Yeah, I would agree with that. How do you think she is gonna right now? Do you think she's gonna use it as a cash-in type situation, or do you think she calls her shot and goes, no, we're having a legit match and I'm just going to beat you?
I'm thinking she's teasing it like a cash-in until something happens with the Ring of Honor title, because we know that after Forbidden Door, we have our Philadelphia residency. ROH Death Before Dishonor is still taking place. Yeah. And I believe that takes place before she would hit day 1,000. So I don't know if she's going to make it. I mean, she's already the longest reigning champion in ROH history. That it doesn't really matter. No one can take that away from her. But I do want to see exactly how far we are in this reign. So we're going to go to everybody's favorite wrestling encyclopedia. We're going to Wikipedia, and let's see. She is on currently day 963. So
all right, so 37 more days. That's not bad.
So Death Before Dishonor is September 5th. So if we do date calculation, so days between, let's see, 7/30/25 and 9/5/25. So by my calculations, Death Before Dishonor is 37 days away.
Oh, so that's day 1,000.
Yeah, that is quite literally exactly day 1,000.
So yes, so that'll work out because she'll hit day 1,000 and she can still lose, but she would still hit day 1,000.
Yes.
So she would be a champion for 1,000 days, and then she can lose it that night to whoever she's going to face. I feel like it should be Billy Starks, but I don't know if they're going to do it. It should be, right?
So here's the problem.
But it's not going to be.
I was on the Billy bandwagon at the first final battle. I was on it.
She should have beat her back then.
When they ran it back for the second final battle, both in the main event, by the way, I really thought they were going to do it because I'm like, oh, shit, they're running Hammerstein. It's going to be a big show.
Yeah.
Billy's wearing Sumi Sakai's old gear. Nope. So it's like, okay. I don't know. The only person I can see, like, if they build it up just because they haven't done anything with the women's pure title and because of the quality of the match it is, someone that I really think could be the one to do it and do Athena justice going out that way, one Deonna Purrazzo.
That would be nice.
Former Ring of Honor Women's World Champion.
Yeah, that would be someone who is fitting, I feel like. Deonna, she's one of the best in the world.
I don't think they've ever faced off either.
Yeah, and I don't watch Ring of Honor. I don't know if they utilize her more on there, but obviously very underutilized, in my opinion, Deonna Purrazzo. I think that would be a good run because she's familiar with that title. She's a big name. I feel like that would be a great person to take it off.
Yep, and then going through everything you see here. So, yeah, they have never faced off one-on-one, not on the Indies, not in NXT, not anywhere. So, if they want to double down, I mean, Deonna said even back in 2022 when she was last women's world champion in Ring of Honor, she wants Athena.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I would be more than okay with that.
It's a personal dream match of mine, too.
Yeah. So that happens. It's a big-time match, first time ever, two greats. They go at it. Deonna dethrones her, but she's at her 1,000 days, and then she's beltless to beat Tony. I have the vibe that I think she is going to use it as a cash-in, and she'll become the champion, and we'll actually get their first match proper when Tony goes for the rematch. That'll be their first real match. Too. Yeah.
And interesting history note, too. When this version of the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship was created, the finals were decided at the 2300 Arena, where Death Before Dishonor is going to take place.
Well, there we go. There's a lot of parallels.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep. And then we do go backstage on the topic of all these title defenses. Renee's backstage with Hangman after that grueling world title match. And before he could say anything, in comes MJF to congratulate Seabiscuit. Yep. He's talking about, like, you talk about how, like, I'm a coward and everything. I think you're the coward. And, heroes don't stab people in the face with forks, but, I mean, you do what you got to do sometimes. But, no, he's saying that Hangman Adam Page is the coward because he won't face him without him having to execute that contract. He remembers when we had a fighting champion, a real world champion, like Swerve Strickland, and then Page said, you're not going to goad me into a match. You have to earn it. And right now, there's someone that's really working on getting that title shot themselves. So if you want to face me, you're going to have to go through Mark Briscoe. And he takes a look around and he's like, you know what? I don't see Hurt Syndicate around, so what's stopping me from beating your ass right now? To which MJF walks away.
Yeah.
So
liked it.
Yep. So that takes us into a commercial break. And then immediately after the break, this might be a record for the most promos we've ever gotten on an episode of Dynamite.
It was a lot. There were a lot. Count. Some of them were very quick, but there were a lot.
Yes, but still. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew.
Are you counting the one that happened after the main event as well as 6?
Oh, no, 7. You're right.
There you go.
But before we get to the main event, we have Willow Nightingale with Alicia Toot. Yes. She mentions how Tekla never responded to that open challenge last week. She's been busy with her Triangle, Spider Friends, all that stuff. But she did talk to Tony Khan. I can't do Willow Nightingale's excellent storytelling. You can find the clip on social medias. But she says that tomorrow it's Willow versus Tekla one-on-one. And it doesn't matter if Julia and Sky Blue are going to be there because she's going to kick her spider ass and rip off all 8 of those legs. It's always interesting hearing Willow cuss, but I love it.
Yeah, it is. We all love Willow. I love Willow. I'm excited for this match. I've been very impressed by Tekla, and obviously I love Willow. So I'm very excited to see them kind of clash in the ring. Yep. They are kind of an exact opposite of personalities as well. Like Willow's this bubbly, happy person, and Tekla's like this very serious, like crazy-ish person. So I'm excited about it. It should be a good one tomorrow.
I'm excited too. So I'm going to actually have to go out of my way to watch Collision Bound because they have stuff I want to see. So I ain't mad at that. But it is main event time. It is Mark Briscoe going against Ricochet. I mean, it looked like from the early onset it was all Mark, and then eventually GOA make their way out to the ringside, and that flips the tables. Ricochet goes on his sort of control as they go to a commercial break at 9:57 p.m.
I was going to ask you how you felt about that because they went to commercial. I looked at the clock. It was 9:58, and I was like, all right.
I done tweeted my thoughts. I was just like, oh, we're doing this.
Yeah. I was like, all right, we're getting an overrun tonight, baby.
I mean, I always assume we get an overrun, but
yeah,
like, can we leave the advertising and the actual, like, enough time for the segment? I get, like, we had a long world title match, but damn, guys.
Yeah, I agree. That's funny.
But nonetheless, we come back from the break and everything, too. It looks like Ricochet is going to try to use a steel chair. The referee takes it away. Mark Briscoe gets a little bit of action back. We do see him smack Ricochet in his bald head. As it looks like he's getting ready to go for a cover of some sorts. It's Toa Leona that pulls him out, and then Ricochet dives in on him again. We get a springboard forearm. We get a standing shooting star press, only 2. And it looks like Ricochet was going to go for a huge lariat there, but instead it's Mark trying to get the J Driller. That got countered, but Ricochet goes over the top. And it seems like he's going to get a huge drop kick as well, but Khan pushes Ricochet into safety. He gets the drop kick, but eventually it's Mark Briscoe grabbing that chair that Ricochet tried to use. He does a big somersault over the top, takes out both of those guys, but immediately he tries to go back in the ring. Another big lariat, but he's going for the froggy bow, and Toa Leona again interferes, sends him off of the top rope. The referee's distracted by Khan on the other side, which brings out Bandito and Brody King because they have that match tomorrow in Collision. And it looks like everything's going in Ricochet's favor. He went for the vertigo, or he hits the vertigo, but only got a 2 count. And as he's distracted by his men getting chased off by the other faces, we see a small package for a 2 count. Mark hits a big knee on Ricochet, but it looks like Ricochet's going to try to go for some sort of fireman's carry move. But instead, he counters the J Driller, another lariat, but this time the J Driller does hit. Mark Briscoe gets the win. He grabs the microphone, but he says after we've already been overrun for 10 minutes that we're just getting started tonight. And he calls out MJF. He says it's shame on him if he doesn't obliterate him for bringing up Jay twice. He's never felt like this before. He needs help. For the first time, he feels like he'll never see his brother again because he knows he's up there in the mansion in heaven. But if he kills MJF in cold blood, he can't repent because he doesn't feel the slightest bit of remorse. He asks him to do him a favor, make his day come out here. So MJF's music's on, it's hitting, it's blaring, and then we see him pop up on the screen saying he's not a bumpkin or an idiot like Mark Briscoe. For a second, it sounded like Mark was serious, but he doesn't have to take him seriously. It's been weeks of him calling him out because he wasn't interested. But now he has to prove a point to good old Seabiscuit because he says that I need to face you. So he talked to Tony Khan. Next week in the main event, it is MJF versus Mark Briscoe one-on-one. If he makes it, which turns out it was a decoy because MJF is in the ring to blindside him. He low blows him, all that stuff. And it looks like he's getting ready to hit him with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Hangman comes out and immediately MJF hightails it out of the ring, up the ramp to probably go watch Happy Gilmore 2, which is apparently the #1 movie in the world. So good on them.
Yeah, good for him.
But yeah, I mean, we closed the show with Hangman and Mark Briscoe prevailing in the ring, but yeah, a very interesting episode of Dynamite, though. I mean, the main event I thought was fine. I don't think it needed to be the main event, but that's just my 2 cents.
I have no idea why that and the world title match just wasn't flipped. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Either way, yeah, I thought the main event was fine. It's Ricochet and Mark Briscoe. They're gonna put on a good match, and they did. The post match stuff, I thought it was good. MJF kind of getting one up on Briscoe and kind of messing with them that way. Clearly Hangman, and they're giving Hangman, not that Mark Briscoe needs a rub, but Hangman and doing that stuff with Briscoe at the end and raise, that's putting Mark over as he's on my, he's a top guy.
I feel like as far as AEW goes, it's giving him a rub because we've known him to be the ROH guy, the tag specialist forever. He had the world title run in Ring of Honor, but the way that fizzled out was the drizzling shits because he had to drop it unceremoniously to Chris Jericho, who's been nowhere to be seen since. But I digress. Yeah. I mean, I really hope that next week we have a good match between MJF and Mark Briscoe.
I do too.
So
yeah, I do too. I actually think Briscoe should beat him.
I do too. And I think that should be the Forbidden Door match. It's going to be Mark Briscoe versus Hangman.
Yeah, that would be fun. I think Hangman could even get involved and maybe cost MJF that match, or the Hurt Syndicate. Maybe they do something. I don't know. But I feel like Briscoe should beat MJF next week. And I think hopefully it's going to main event the show. MJF said it, their main event. And so I'm hopeful that it'll be a good one with those two guys. It should be.
Yeah.
So.
And either way, I do feel like we need to have a Mark Briscoe world title match to happen, just because I feel like that's going to be the catalyst for the contract to be executed, whether it's successful or not. I feel like someone like an MJF, I can understand why we put the world title back on him. However, I feel like from a storytelling point, it would be very interesting to see what happens if we have two failed Casino Gauntlet cash-ins back to back for the men.
Yeah, that'd be especially with MJF. You know how much of he becomes that loose cannon from time to time, where he just freaks out. If he were to plan this out so strategically, like we know he does, and it were to go to awry, especially because of Mark Briscoe, you're talking all
because
of a sudden
of the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, and they're kind of the wild card to me because they could mess it up too, which then in line could end up with maybe him screwing them down the line in an important match. There's a lot of ways it can go because MJF has been involved with a lot of things. Yep. I think they've done a really good job of sprinkling him in with multiple stories with multiple people. He's dealing with Hangman. He's dealing with Briscoe. Now the Hurt thing, they've kept him alive and kind of doing small things with a bunch of different people, which now there's so many ways that this story can go, and it keeps you thinking, and that's what you want, you know?
Well, now here's the other thing, because, I mean, at first we kind of brushed off, maybe commentary, that was a dumb line. They did mention only 2 thumbs down. They said he's not completely out. Maybe MVP doubles down and says, no, I'm good with Max. I'll help him win the title.
Yeah, maybe.
And then maybe that draws a line in the sand between the Hurt Syndicate and MVP.
Yeah, could. It could. I get, yeah.
Who knows at this point, but what I do know is that this episode has come, it has gone, it was a doozy, lots of highs. I'm not going to say lows, but lots of mids, but
yeah, I thought for the first time in a while, again, I thought this was a good show, but with the run that they had kind of been on the last couple months, I thought that this one was a little bit lower than what we've been seeing recently. But again, the highlights, the world title match, the tag match with the ladies, the highlights of this show, and Mark Briscoe, I think throughout was a highlight. There was really good stuff on this show. I just think as a whole show cohesively, it was kind of a notch down from what we've been seeing the last month and a half.
Yeah. I think it's also just this week is such a wrestling heavy week that even if this is kind of the lull, I can understand it just because a lot of people's attention might be on something else. So it kind of we'll still give you a reason to watch, but we don't have to play our whole hand. I can understand. I would agree. But
yeah, for sure.
But on the topic of the show, I know next week I personally am not going to be available to run down Dynamite from Cleveland. I don't know if JPJ has any plans yet.
Yeah, we should still be here. I'm sure I will find someone to fill in the void of you having to take the week off. So I would, if anything changes, obviously, follow me, follow Jose, follow Body Slam. There'll be an announcement if anything changes, but we should be live after Dynamite next week. I'll find a buddy to kind of hop on and chat with me. So, but yeah, we should still be here next week.
Yeah, and then I know I'll be here the following week. So
yeah.
This is what happens when you have a shoot job that has you traveling for work. Sometimes you just get delayed by a few hours by Delta Airlines.
You gotta love it. But it is that such is life. Aye, there we go.
Well, that was very serendipitous.
So, yeah, exactly, right. But I will miss you next week. But I should be here with somebody. We'll figure that out, and then that'll be all right.
All right, but until then, you guys, you know the drill. Make sure that you're following Body Slam Net everywhere on social media, that you are subscribed to the YouTube, that you're liking these post shows that we all do, that you're sharing them, that you're engaging with them with the comments. I mean, I know tomorrow is Potty Slam on a Thursday, so you're going to see Corey Hayes, you're going to see Cassidy Haynes, probably some pre-SummerSlam talk, just because that seems to be the big thing this weekend. The first 2-night SummerSlam in history. All things considered, I'm excited for the show because there's a lot I want to see. So
the card for what it is, the card looks very strong. It looks very strong. So it's looking like it should be a good weekend. I think night 2 is much stronger than night 1, in my opinion. But I think it should be a good show overall. There's some good stuff that I want to see. So
But until then, you guys, we will see you next time for some more DynaMic'd Up following Dynamite. So until then, take care, and we'll see you.